What's up, guys? Welcome back to Simply FPL. It's Game Week 28 is finally finished, so we're in the build-up now to the game week that everyone's kind of been panicking about for the last few weeks. So Game Week 29. There's only 4 fixtures, so yeah, a lot of pandemonium on Twitter the last few days because there's quite a lot of injuries to some key players. So yeah, if you're considering playing your free hit, I put a free hit video up there a couple of days ago, so check that out. But for today, we're going to have a quick look at how I got on in Game Week 28, and then 4 players which I think you should pay attention to if you're considering making some transfers as we go into Game Week 29. Just before we get into this, just a big thank you to everyone. We did cross the 10,000 subscriber mark, which again, 5 months ago when I put my first video up on YouTube, it was purely out of boredom. I wasn't even intending on doing a second one, so yeah, it's kind of got a bit out of hand, but we'll keep putting the videos up until until people either stop watching or until I get bored. So yeah, let's jump into this video, shall we? First of all, Game Week 28. So I did actually get a green arrow. Now, I've been in between 100,000th and 200,000th for the last, I think it's about 10 game weeks. I keep hitting kind of average points, so I've been kind of just bouncing along in this kind of area. So hopefully now that my team is starting to form a bit more of a differential shape, hopefully there'll be a few more swings which could take me upwards, but it could also take me downwards. So yeah, we're currently 153,000th in the world. Still everything to play for. Very, very possible to still break that top 50k, which is always the aim at the start of a season. And yeah, happy enough with how my team's kind of set out. 2 days ago, I was saying I was almost certainly going to play my free hit. I think I probably won't now. I keep kind of changing my mind. I just think that there's going to be a bigger swing for me if I play it either in Game Week 33 or if before Game Week 33, they announce the double game week at the end of the season, I might play it then instead. So as it stands, I'm going into Game Week 29 with 7 players, but 2 of those players are Grealish and Son, who are probably going to miss out. So that's potentially just 5 players. And if Bamford doesn't play, that's maybe only 4. So look, we'll keep an eye. I'm not guaranteeing I won't play my free hit, but for now I'm thinking I've got 2 free transfers to make, so that'll bring me again up to a minimum of 6 players, and I might take a -4 to bring another player in. So one of the big reasons I don't want to use my free hit potentially, I want to go into Game Week 30 having transferred out my 2 City defenders, and if I use my free hit, I'm going to go into Game Week 30 with none of those transfers made and then only 1 free transfer. So I'm trying to think of the longer term as well. I really want to get rid of both City players. I want to be left with pretty much just Gundogan. Might supplement that with Mahrez at some point, but then after that I'm just steering clear of City players. I just think that, look, the league's pretty much wrapped up. I think we can all agree City is still on for a quadruple, so they're going to put all their eggs into the baskets of the Champions League and the domestic cups, and that's just going to mean rotation. Rotation means obviously there's more chance the teams will let goals in because it's not going to be a fully strength squad. So yeah, I'm happy just getting rid of both of the defenders at this point. There's a lot of good options for that, so that's kind of playing on my mind as well when I think about the free hit. If I don't free hit, I'm going to go into Game Week 30 with the two City defenders, 3 Villa players, which I now want to get rid of. That's 5 players that I instantly want to get rid of. And then we're not even gotten on to Mo Salah, who I think, again, he's just going to have to go. So, yeah, I think the free hit is going to cause more harm than good for me. So, yeah, right now, I'm edging towards just making a few transfers. But the actual week itself, King Cancelo, who... if he did that when I captained him there last week, that would have been handy, but got himself an assist, a clean sheet, and 3 bonus. Happy days. Big problem is that most people own him. So, no matter what he gets, it doesn't make a huge difference. Harry Kane and Son, what a letdown. The only saving grace is that I didn't swap Salah for Bale. Now, it's not that I would have only got 1 point instead of 3. It's more that I'd now be stuck with Bale. And as we probably just saw in that Arsenal game, we're probably going to want to have second thoughts on that. Son's now potentially injured. So, yeah, maybe a blessing in disguise. Maybe not that much of a big deal. But the MVP of the week is Jota. Look, I've been talking about Jota since he had his first game for Liverpool. I got him straight in then. And I said once he's back playing, he's going straight in my team again. for a player that's under 7 million right now and comfortably under 7 million, he's got to be in everyone's team as far as I'm concerned. Again, Mo Salah would have to score twice as many points as him just to level out the amount of points he's getting per million. So, yeah, no brainer. He's going to be in my team every week, and I expect to see plenty more points scored. So, happy enough with the week, 51 points. Captain, look, we kind of said we might consider Cancelo, but realistically, we were never going outside of Harry Kane or Mo Salah. So, yeah, we picked the slightly better option, but an all-round shit show of a week. I think everyone can agree. So happy to get a 10,000 point green arrow. So that was a long, convoluted way of talking about the game week. But now let's have a quick look at 4 players which I'm tipping and considering myself to get for next week. First of one, Ola Aina. And maybe I pronounced that wrong. I'm not sure. Does it matter? Probably not. So, 4.5 million. Fulham's top scoring defender. One of the top scoring players for Fulham total, actually. So, the reason we're considering him... First thing, Leeds have not scored in the last 3 games. They're not looking too good. Their attacks have dried up. Their XG's gone right down. It's not that they've just got a bit unlucky. So, look, in terms of clean sheets, the potential is there, whereas it maybe wasn't at the beginning of the season. To add to Leeds' woes, Bamford might be injured. So there's rumours saying it's a dead leg. There's rumours saying he's out for a month. We don't know yet. But again, you put all this in there and maybe their goal threat is not as much as it once was. Looking at Fulham then. So they're looking a lot better. I think, again, we can all agree on that. In their last 7 games, they've got 12 points. And those games included Everton, City, Liverpool. I think Tottenham are in there. They've had a really tough run and they've managed to get 12 points from those 7 games. So they've really improved. They look a much better team. I think, are they still in the relegation zone? If they are, I think that they're not even close to favourites to go down. Like, I think the bookies have got them favourites to stay up now. So yeah, and Aina himself, like, I wouldn't say you're going to nail yourself some attacking returns, but there's a small chance of attacking returns. He's got himself 2 goals this season, 1 assist, so at least he does get involved, which some defenders may not. And Fulham have some okay games coming up. So look, we've got 4 grey fixtures there where he can get points in all of those. Like, he might not get points in any of them, but there's a good chance he might. And then after those, Fulham have an okay run to the end of the season. I think a lot of us are trying, again, like me, reducing our City players, getting rid of a Luca Digne, and we're trying to bring in maybe a budget option. This guy could be that budget option. We're going to talk about another budget option on the next page. But if you're considering a Fulham player, for me, I'm avoiding Lookman, and I think just go straight for Aina. Keep him till the end of the season. Play him in the games you think he's going to get points, and just leave him as your 5th sub. Your 5th defender, 3rd sub in the games he won't, and he's not going to take up too much of your budget. So, yeah, that's Aina for you. The other defender you might consider, I know we spoke about him previously. I'm 99% sure he'll be in my team this week. For, again, reasons we've already spoke about. So, Veltman. Look, it's a bad time to tip Veltman. I know Dunk just got himself a goal. Everyone's going to go, oh, you've got to get Dunk. He scores goals. You're right, he does score goals. I think Dunk's got 4. Veltman does have 1, though. So, look, it's not that Veltman doesn't get involved. Now, just specific to this game week, Newcastle at home. Is there a better team to play right now? Sheffield United or Newcastle are either 2 teams. Newcastle arguably the worst team in the league recently. I've been saying I think they're going to go down since about week 2. Like, I've just been saying it non-stop. I just think they're absolutely terrible, which doesn't fill me with hope as an Everton fan, considering we lost to them twice this season. But they rarely get goals. So to get a defender in this game week, as you've seen in my free hit team, if I was to free hit, I'd be having 3 Brighton defenders / goalkeeper. It's just the obvious play for me. The reason I'm not going Dunk, I just think he's too expensive. Like, I'm going to want Veltman for this game week, but then I'm going to want to bench him for the next 3. So I'm not sure I want Dunk on the bench when I'm really only bringing Veltman in for 1 game. And then I want just the Brighton player. I'll keep Veltman till the end of the season. There's 3 or 4 games I'll probably play him in, but then I'll just sit him on the bench as my 5th defender. So perfectly happy spending the 4.3 million rather than the 5 million for Dunk. If Dunk goes ahead and gets another goal, more attacking returns than Veltman, look, that's just the way it is. But that 0.7 million can go a long way. So for me, not going to invest in Dunk. Going to stick with Veltman. He's nailed on to play. And actually, I think Dunk scoring there in the last game is a blessing in disguise for people who are not going to get him. I think a lot of people are going to invest that 5 million in Dunk, and realistically his returns are going to be almost the same as Veltman. Again, I say that now knowing that what's going to happen is Dunk's going to score 2 headers against Newcastle, and the this aged well guys are going to come back to this video and comment. So yeah, I'm sure that'll happen, but I'm just going to bet on the stats and say that 0.7 million is probably going to be better off spent elsewhere. Thirdly, and probably quite shockingly, Aubameyang. So I'm sure again when you see him on the screen, you're going to think you're mental. I know he didn't play the last game against Tottenham. Look, the details are a bit sketchy, but what Arteta said was it was basically a disciplinary issue. You don't know what's happened in training. I'm sure something was said. Now, the reason I think he's going to play, Arteta was all well and good saying, he maybe didn't say this, but he's basically saying, look, I'm the boss. He had a disciplinary issue, so I've dropped him. But he wasn't confident to leave him at home. Like, he kind of dropped him, but it was like, yeah, we're going to drop you, but we might need you if Tottenham start playing well, so we might need you. So he didn't really have much conviction or like in his own decision. So I'm sure it was kind of, look, just showing the rest of the lads that no one's too big to be dropped. And I'm confident he's going to play against West Ham. And then you could argue that actually he's well rested, so and probably a point to prove. So look, the reason I'm tipping him, as pointed out to me on one of my comments in the last video or two, Arsenal are playing a lot better in 2021. So look, I did look into it. Only lost 3 times in the last 14 games. So look, we're watching Arsenal and we're saying they're playing not very well, but they're not really losing much. So yeah, they've got a lot of draws in those 14 games, but they're not necessarily getting put to the sword like they did at the start of the season. They've got a decent run of fixtures as well. So look, we're only bringing him in game week 29 because they have a fixture, which is more than like obviously 12 of the other teams. But then after the Liverpool game, a fairly nice run like Sheffield United, Fulham, 2 potential captain options. So yeah, I also think that people are now looking to get rid of Salah, Bruno, Kevin De Bruyne. Like, these lads are going to be gone and we're going to have so much budget to spend. Maybe we want to punt on the penalty taker at Arsenal, Aubameyang, 11.4 million. So, yeah, don't think I'm going to get him myself, but definitely one to watch. And it wouldn't surprise me if he comes up trumps for the lads that go with him. Even if not against West Ham, I think against Sheffield United and Fulham, you're going to have a good time to shine there. Finally, the man, Lingardino, West Ham's Supremo. Like, he obviously didn't play against United because he was not cup tied, but he's not eligible to play against his parent club, so he's still a United player. That's why he didn't play. It wasn't because he was injured or rested. The big thing about Lingard, he is very greedy. Now, if I'm a West Ham fan, I'm not liking that, because he gets the ball from 35 yards, has 3 players to pass it to, and just takes a stupid shot straight into the keeper's arms, which is no good if you're just a West Ham fan. But if you're an FPL manager, you want that, because as we saw against Aston Villa, every now and then they just get bundled into the net. So yeah, like for XG and for the amount of shots he's going to take, like he's going to be one of the highest in the league in terms of shot takes, I'd say. In his 6 games since joining West Ham, 6 returns for a £6.1 million player. I'm very confident I'm going to get him into my team this week. I'm just trying to decide whether I should sell Salah, have a huge amount of money on the bench, or if I should get rid of another player. I mean, if Grealish is definitely out, I'm going to wait till Friday morning to decide. I might just get rid of Grealish for him. But yeah, I like having Lingard at this point. West Ham have some really nice fixtures coming up. They're playing very well. I think trebling up on West Ham. I'm probably going to bring in Cresswell as well. And I'm just going to leave them there till the end of the season. I think the points they're going to get for their price is going to be potentially unrivaled. So that's what we're going to do, I'd say. Get him in. And yeah, if he signs for West Ham, could be a potential option for next year. If he goes back to United again, we can all just scrap him and not worry about him. But yeah, those are the 4 players. Drop in the comments what you think. We're going to have another video or 2 before the game week starts. Now, again, I did say once I hit 10,000 subs, I'd turn the adverts on the channel, and then for a month, just whatever money's earned, just give it to charity. I'm actually going to wait till the start of next season to do that. Reason being is there's almost no fixtures between now and like mid-April, so I don't want to turn it on for a month and make about 2 videos. So in the big run-up to the new season, obviously there'll be tons of views, so I think it'll be we'll raise the most money for charity if we do it then. So yeah, thanks again to everyone who has subscribed, and yeah, onwards and upwards to the 100,000. That's kind of the next milestone. So yeah, we'll have another video in the next couple of days when we do the team reveal, and yeah, take it easy till then, guys.